I'm gonna try not to make this political, even though they are. How can we move forward in this new era? Do me a favor. Like, share, and subscribe as we figure out how to go. Now, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but dead horse is going to be beaten right now. After looking at this on Ted Cruz's own website, tedcruz.com, he has names. People want to know who will be behind possibly getting this man to draft this bill, right? Well, for all my little small school supporters, the FCS supporters, the HBCU supporters, it's who you thought it was. The NCAA president, Charlie Baker, the Southeastern Conference, the Big 12 Conference, University of Texas, Texas A&M, and UT agree on something. Interim President, retired General Mark A. Welsh, and the Director of Athletics, Ross Bork, Baylor President, Linda Livingstone, University of Houston President of Intercollegiate Athletics, Chris Pesman, TCU, Joshua Donetti, Texas Tech President, West Texas A&M, for some odd reason, their president jumped in there, Tarleton State, and Notre Dame's president as well. Now, what does this whole thing mean? Well, this is what the base of it is. This is what the base of it is. It's really just two things. I'm going to show you a couple of things that stick out to me. This prohibits universities, conferences, athletic associations from restricting NIL rights or rights representatives of student athletes unless a student athlete's NIL agreement conflicts or violates university student code of conduct. So they can sign with anybody. They want to sign with Pornhub, OnlyFans, as long as the school's code of conduct doesn't say can't do it, they can do it. And yes, that did come up. One of the volleyball players at a certain school in California wanted to get an OnlyFans. That's all I'm going to say. You search yourself. And, well, really it's four things. These last three right here are really the crux of it. Provides a safe harbor and from legal liability for institutions, conferences, athletic associations that fully comply with the Act, preempts state and local laws that conflict with this Act, or governs or regulates the compensation, employment status, eligibility of student athletes, including any provision that governs commercial use of NIL for students. Also clarifies that student athletes should not be considered an employee of the institution, conference, or association. And secondly, on Ted Cruz's website, which I will leave a link below, they have a draft of the damn bill. And one of the things I want you really to look at in this act, it shows what it is. Compensation means any form of payment in cash, benefits, awards, or any other form, including payments for licensing, use of name or NIL, any federal or state intellectual or intangible property rights, but it does not include. This is what is going to be the point of this whole video. Does not include. We'll get right here. Let me get up to here. Grants and aid. Make it bigger for the folks in the back with the bad vision. Grants and aid. Pell Grants are other federal grants unrelated to and not awarded with precipitation to intercollegiate sport athletics. Health insurance and the cost of health care, including health insurance and health care costs wholly or partly self-funded by an institution, interstate, or intercollegiate athletic association or conference. Disability and loss of value insurance, including disability and loss of value insurance that is wholly or partly self-funded by an institution, interstate, intercollegiate athletic association or conference. Career counseling, job placement services, other guidance available to students. So what does all this mean? Well, people, if you get an NIL, you're going to lose everything else. You're going to lose your Pell Grants, which is fine. People think, well, I get a scholarship. Scholarships are really Pell Grants. You're going to lose your scholarship. You're going to lose your health insurance. So when you get injured, any disability that comes by, you're going to forfeit that as well. And these were by those conferences, the Southeastern Conference, the Big 12 Conference. Let's go back. People don't teach me how I'm lying to them. The names on here: Notre Dame, Tarleton State, West Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Texas Christian University, which are private schools, by the way, with TCU. University of Houston, Baylor, also a private school, Texas A&M, UT Austin, Big 12 Conference, Southeastern Conference, and the NCAA president. And if you forgot what I said the other day, this is what Senator Manchin said. He addressed Tuesday in an educational context, partially in the context of a role that booster-backed collectives are playing in athlete recruitment and movement. Another activity is in Tuberville's bill. Senator Manchin, Democrat, supposedly. Tuberville, staunch Trump Republican, seeks to address by requiring collectives to be affiliated with the school. That's, your collectives will be affiliated with the school. So for the people who normally watch my channel, you're going to know about the 1400 Club, the HBCU one that Jackson State has. You're going to know about that. This man wants to have them affiliated with the school. I'm going to bless you. Just listen very carefully to this. The kids have to understand it's called student athletes, not athlete students, Senator Manchin said. At present, option B, get an education. That should be option one. First of all, I'm probably never going to graduate because I'm flip-flopping back and forth. Next of all, no one's going to be able to develop my skills. He said that if an athlete can make $1 million from NIL, he or she should get an agent, go out there, sell your goods, but if you're not going to use that as a bargaining tool back and forth with universities. He also criticized boosters who are funding these collectives, saying, I've got to be honest with you. I think they're frustrated that they didn't play much or didn't get a scholarship, and they made a lot of money. Now they want to be in that game. This is from Senator Manchin, the Democrat from West Virginia. Basically, he's talking about these collectives who are trying to help the schools by saying there are a bunch of people who couldn't play sports in the first place. But see, the problem is the same people that he's talking about are collectives are the same ones that fund his campaigns. Now, if you notice, a lot of talent has left West Virginia heading west. So West Virginia, which used to have all the speed and all that around the area, come to the Morgantown, is no longer getting that talent. Now, one of the things I want people to realize, is this bill will overwrite anything a state or local official has decided, which comes into the effect of Grambling University. Y'all remember Grambling wanted to be the first school to have a quote unquote payment for their players. Well, it will override this entire bill. What it would do, it will make sure that everything new runs strictly through the university. So everything on Bill 60 over here in Louisiana would mean nothing. Well, I want you to know there is a way. This way is something SMU is already doing. It's something Jackson State is trying to do. The Jackson by 40 campaign. And there's a way, I want to use Grambling for an example, that Grambling could spoil the whole pot. We can all do math. We can all do math. I'll do simple math for you real quick. It's very quick. Grambling has 23,000 alumni, right? Divide that by 2 because everybody won't give. 11,500 times $25 a month. So times 12 months. Divide that by the 63 kids allowed to get scholarships on football teams. Divide that by 12 months. That's $4,563 a month. Take out your taxes. Let's just average that out. Let's go ahead and take out the rent. Yeah, it can physically be done. Even take out a car note. Take out some insurance. Take out your bills. $1,000 left over at the end of the month, which is more than the stipend the kids were getting before. That covers all the bills from the house, mama to come live with you, and have all your brothers and sisters, whatever, live with you in the house for 4 years, if you wanted to do it like that. You're single moms. So these kids can technically live on campus for cheaper and still send money back home. The only way to survive this kind of era is to do what's called group economics. How can we take what Grambling is trying to do and push it to the future and maintain what we have in the present? It's Coach Simmons. I love y'all, man. You have a wonderful week.